Hello, welcome back friends. Today we're going to dive back into our barbell project and we're going to put some knurling on our grips here. So when we're holding on to this bar, it's not just a smooth, slippery surface. Got some complicated techniques here today and we're going to push our processors a little bit, make our computers crunch some math. It's going to be fun. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I've opened up my barbell part. This is not the assembly, just straight back to the original barbell that we made. I'm going to select the mirror feature and I'm going to delete it. This way we're only working on half of the barbell at a time. When we get to the end, we'll re-mirror it and everything we've done over here will end up on the other side. Kind of cuts our workload in half for us. Nice little trick. I'm next going to go and change my view. All I want are the lines. This way the knurling will stand out a little bit better for me. I'm going to start a sketch on my front plane. There we go. And I'm going to have it show the top plane. This gives me a nice line straight down the center that I can use to reference. In this first sketch, I'm then going to draw a line on this plane. I want to come until I'm in contact with it. Nice, straight, flat, horizontal line. Grab my dimensioning tool, and I can hide this top plane. If it'll let me. There we go. Hide the top plane, so now it's not in the way anymore. I've got my dimensioning tool. So I want to put a dimension from the edge of this line I just drew over to the edge of my barbell, and I'm going to make that about 6 inches because we really aren't going to grab the bar way out here at the end. The line itself I'm going to dimension at 12 inches. Sounds about good. All right, there's my first sketch. Just a simple line in the center of the barbell, 12 inches long with a 6-inch gap. Going to click in space. See how the line went from blue to gray? That means I clicked in space. Now I'm going to start another sketch. Again, on the front plane. And it's going to be right here above this point. I'm going to zoom in pretty close. And I'm going to go up here into my rectangle tools. And I'm going to grab my 3-point center rectangle. Going to start this on the top line. Going to come out at an angle. And see how this gives me a nice angled rectangle. Going to add some dimensions to this guy. And this is going to be tiny. This is going to be 0.04. And same thing on the other surface. 0.04. Good. Now I have my dimension tool. So the distance from the center down to this point, if we remember, the original radius of our barbell was 29 millimeters. So this is going to be 29 mm over 2. Sorry, the original diameter was 29. So the radius is 29 over 2. That kicks it right out there, even with that line for us. Going to get out of my dimension tool, go into my selection tool, pick this center line, say I want it vertical. And now I can pick this little point on the bottom, hold Control, pick the point on my first sketch and say I want those vertical. Lines it all up nice for me. Okay, so I've got a little tiny square that's tilted at a 45-degree angle, and that's going to be my cut pattern. I'm going to be cutting this little V of metal out, and that's what's going to give me my knurl. All right, so I can exit this sketch and click in space. See how it went from blue to gray. I'm going to open another sketch, again on the front plane. I'm going to zoom on in, and I'm going to need one of these on the bottom as well. So to do that, I'm going to say Convert Entities. I'm going to select Chain. This allows me to only have to click one of these surfaces, and it grabs the whole thing. Say, yep, I want that on my fresh new sketch. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to mirror it. So entities to mirror, I'll just click and drag over it. See how it selected all those lines? Mirror about, pick this, won't let me pick that line, so I can say my top plane. I'll mirror it about my top plane, and I do not want a copy of it. All I want to do is take this and put it down here. I don't want one on top bottom, so do not select the copy. Say OK, and see it took it, and it moved it down there. If I hide my other two sketches, you'll see now I just have this guy down here, and that's perfect. So I've created 3 separate sketches. So now I'm going to turn these sketches into actual cuts. I'll hide that guy as well. Perfect. To turn him into a cut, I'm going to go up into my features menu. I'm going to say swept cut. This is kind of similar to the way that we wound the spring for our Olympic barbell clamp. So the profile of the cut, I can grab that top little tiny square that I made, sketch, and that's the profile. Now the line that it's going to follow is going to be that original line right down my top plane. Go into my options. I'll say keep normal to constant. That'll keep my radius. Profile twist, I want to be able to specify. This time I'm going to specify it in revolutions, and I want it to go around 3 times. And there we go. So see, we defined a 1-foot path, and it's gone around 3 times in that 1-foot path. That looks pretty good. But this isn't enough to really give a knurling pattern. So I'm going to come up here in my linear pattern. There's a little drop down below it. One of the options is circular pattern. So what direction do I want to circle? Well, pick this circle here and say you want to go around 8 times in 360 degrees. And the feature is that swept cut. Say OK. And there we go. Now that's starting to look like something. So now we have to add our swept cut off of that bottom little notch, and then we will pattern it as well. So our next step is to do another swept cut. This time we are going to grab the sketch of our little cutout on the bottom. And for our center line, it is currently hiding in that first swept cut we made, the sketch of the straight line. There we go. And we'll basically just reuse that same line in each of these swept cuts. Go into our options. We'll say keep normal to constant. Specifying our twist value, specifying it in revolutions. Exact same thing. We're going to go around 3 times, but this time we're going to flip the direction with this little flip option. Say OK. And there we go. See how that's crisscrossing against the swept cuts that we just made. So now I just have to pattern those around. So up under linear pattern, select your circular option. And once again, for the direction up here, we're just going to pick a circle. And in 360 degrees, we want this to repeat 8 times. What's repeating? Well, it's our cut sweep number 2. Looks good. And if you're thinking, well, why didn't you just do all of these together and circular pattern both of the cut sweeps? As you can see, it's taking my computer a minute to process this. And I found that my computer bogged down if I tried to throw too much at it at once. So by taking smaller bites, I could still manage to muddle my way through it. If you have a more powerful computer, hey, go for it. So this might take a minute for it to process. All right, there we go. And now we've got a nice knurled pattern here. We'll zoom back. All we got to do is re-mirror our entire bar. So up into the mirror option. We can get that to open up. Oh, looks like my computer is still there we go, it's catching up. Like I said, this little computer I'm working on kind of struggles with this knurling. There's a lot of math going on in there. So the face or plane that we're going to mirror about is our right plane. There we go. And our features to mirror is going to be all the features of this object. So we have our revolve, we have our cut sweep 1, our circular pattern 1, our cut sweep 2, and our circular pattern 2. Take a second here for my little processor to catch up. There we go. Looks like we're caught up. So green tick mark. And we'll give it a minute to process. As we can see, it's thinking. Crossing my fingers. Hopefully it comes out good. All right, there we go. We've got ourselves a barbell with some nice knurling on the grip. And I hope you enjoyed this build. Here, we'll put some color back on it. And if you zoom in, there it is. Now we won't slip off when we're lifting our weights. All right, have